We're all a product of our environment, and I firmly believe that if somebody's very negative in your life, if you can, cut them off. You'll be better for it. Don't let them poison your perception or put limits on your passion and potential in life. Now, I understand that we can't cut off everybody. I get it, but you are a product of who you hang out with. And remember when you were younger, at least I'll talk in my case, and you had friends and your parents knew that these friends weren't good for you in life. They thought maybe these people did drugs, and my parents were always right about that. I didn't understand at the time, but I did years later. And I didn't know what was good for me when I was a lot younger, but I think I do now, just like you do. You know, we're all adults. And if you can cut off people in your life that are negative, you'll be way more successful. You know, I remember that saying when I was younger. There was that commercial on TV that said, "You are what you eat." And now, of course, everyone's eating organic. You are what you eat eats. So just cut off people that are negative in your life in general, and I promise you, you'll be much more successful and happier in life. And I find that people that are really negative are often the ones that aren't that busy. You know, if you want something to get done, give it to a busy person. And a lot of busy people are usually very positive people because they don't have time to think about, you know, all the negative things in life. Sorry about the traffic here. But it's interesting because I look at my kids, and the younger generation, I think they're more positive than the older generation. I'll tell you why. Because the older generation, myself included, I am old, you know, we watch more TV, and the younger generation, they watch vloggers. They choose what they want to consume, and they choose the topics of what they want to consume. And a lot of vloggers, I'm not talking about myself, but vloggers in general are more positive people than what you see on the news, which is usually really negative. And look, I care deeply about this world and all the problems we have. But if we just focus a little bit less time on the news and the negative news events and just focus on what's positive in the world and choose our media sources instead, just like we choose our friends, then we'll be much more positive in life and much more productive as well. And so I really believe that we are all a product of our environment, who we hang out with. And so, you know, in business, there's a saying that you want to hire slowly and fire quickly because, you know, one bad apple can destroy the whole darn bunch, the entire culture of a company. And so I believe that. I believe in choosing your friends really carefully. And if somebody double crosses you twice, it's the two-strike rule, then they're out. They don't deserve to be around you. And I know that we can't pick we can pick our friends, we can't pick our family. I get it. That's cool. That's fine. But, you know, one data point doesn't make a trend, two does. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I believe in the two-strike rule. Two strikes, you're out. Now, there are some people that we just can't avoid in our lives. I get it. There's a negative person at work, for example. Try to avoid it if you can, and don't give in to their poisonous politics. I think you know who I'm talking about. Okay, there's always somebody like that in all of our lives. And so you can try a couple things. If they try to bait you and try to get you to argue with them, you can use the concept of feel, felt, found out, which is this. When they say something controversial, you can either say nothing, which is my preference, or you can say, I used to feel that way, but I felt differently when I found out that, okay? Or another tactic you can take is so you're never misquoted around these people. And careful with email, obviously, but if you're forced to talk to them, you can just say two words, I understand. Because when you say I understand, and I'm not trying to tell you to be disingenuous, but when you say I understand, you're not saying I agree with you. Okay, so anyway, the bottom line is if we cut off negative people in our lives, if we can, and I promise you, we will be much more successful because of it. If this was helpful, and only if this was helpful, please click the like button and subscribe, and I will see you mañana. Thank you.